Hey guys, we're going to start the stream in a couple of minutes. Get your comments in right now, both on Twitter and on YouTube. Tell me what you thought about the game. I'll be right back. Hey guys, we're going to start in about 1 minute or so. I'm just going to quickly go grab something to drink. That was something, huh? Buffalo. Oh boy. This is going to be a good one. By the way, we have a lot to talk about. Something happened on the ice. Be right back. All right. Let me move this thing. Why can't I move it? Just give me 1 sec, guys. What's going on here? There we go. All right. Are we all here? Had some technical difficulties there for a second, but it looks like we are good to go now. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me, and we can get this post-game show started. Let me just get these things back up in here. Am I good? All right, all right. All right, here we go. And last picture. All right. What's going on, guys? How's it going? Our boys, the Vancouver Canucks, for all the people that are happy that the tank is continuing, well, congratulations to all the Tankist people out there. A pretty entertaining finish to the game. The Vancouver Canucks lose 3-2, locking themselves against a pretty bad, no offense to Buffalo, but I was not impressed with Buffalo whatsoever tonight. And it looks like they lost, unfortunately, or fortunately, it matters how you're cheering for this, 3-2. And, boys, it's this fucking team, man. Like, can we really be upset, though, when you're, like, rocking this kind of center group? But we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Let's keep it a little positive here at the beginning before, well, I know kind of how the comment sections are going to go. All right, let's get into chat first. What's going on, Hans Dryden? What is happening, man? He says top 3 pick a lock. Yeah, that's me. I don't know why he did that. No words can describe my disappointment in this team. One step closer to that draft pick. This seems to be kind of, I would say, consensus, but maybe it's just a couple people so far. Let's take a quick look here. I'm not mad at the push. This is from Sith. I also didn't get to watch the whole game, so I have no idea how well they played besides the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes. It was a decent game. It was a pretty decent, entertaining affair overall. But the Vancouver Canucks continue to lose. They went, I believe, 1-3 on the homestand. If you're paying your hard-earned money to go to a Vancouver Canucks game right now, you might be getting some entertainment, but you're not getting wins. You're definitely not getting wins. This team is tracking right now to be a bottom 3 to bottom 5 team in the league. And a lot of it has to do with talent. A lot of it has to do with injuries. A lot of it has to do with how they went out and decided to run this offseason. And now it's clearly what they did was a mistake. Clearly the gambles they made were mistakes. And this is what happens. All right. Marco, what's up, man? Need to get that jersey trade done. We play them next at 9 a.m. By the way, talking about jersey, there was a Vancouver Canucks fan today who threw their jersey on the ice. We will get to that in a conversation in a bit here, but yeah. As for the trade, yeah, we're going to talk about that at length. Hey, we have Kempner Canucks here. Rev Trev's in here. Vancouver plays the New Jersey Devil on Sunday morning at 9:30 PST. A trade incoming? I'm really wondering what's going to happen. Like, we have a little bit of a break now. I believe until, Sunday, right? I think the next game's Sunday. So, that's something has to give here sooner rather than later, you would think, right? Like, we just lost to Buffalo. Like, they are terrible, right? But our depth, like, I'm just going to put the lineup up just for a second there. You guys can take a look at it. See what Buffalo kind of had today. Tuck didn't play, by the way, today as well. I lost 3 hours I can't get back. What a waste of time. I don't know. I thought it was a fairly entertaining game. Like, it wasn't that bad of a game to watch, but we're way past the whole moral victory stage, right? You know what I mean? I think it's fair to say. Mega, I think with Pettersson injured, it shows you how much he has dragged this team this year more than you. Pettersson, he's been real good this year. He's been blocking shots, putting in the effort. Huge respect for him. And I had him at around 90-something points this year. He's just under that pace, but I've been perfectly satisfied with Pettersson. And hopefully he comes back from his injury. And obviously, huge condolences with his family as well, with the whole fortunate kid situation and losing a child that it's just terrible, and we obviously give all our condolences for that. Just very tough. Karma 11. Our management has the audacity to say we want to still be competitive. Yeah, bullcrap. Man, we got to be competitive first to say that. What's going on, Karma? Karma 11 there. He's going in pretty hot. Let's be honest. This Vancouver Canucks team is competitive in the sense of they're looking okay. But when it comes to, like, what is the whole purpose of playing? And the whole purpose is to win the Stanley Cup, right? Fair to say. So if the whole purpose is win the Stanley Cup, you have to make the playoffs first. We're not, at this point, we need to go on 113-point pace to make the playoffs. Maybe 150 now after this. So I was one of the most optimistic, hopeful Canucks fans out there, man. I gave until last game. I said, you know what, maybe, if people come back, if Demko comes back, maybe. Guys, I think it's pretty fair to say, like, I don't think I'm going out on a limb here saying that ship has sailed and it's time to really think about moving some of your UFA assets and potentially moving Quinn Hughes and start rebuilding this team properly. And if you don't want to do a full tear-down rebuild because the ownership believe in it, from what we know anyway, I don't know if it's true or not, but from reports, the ownership doesn't want to do a full rebuild. And after what we've seen watching the Canucks for so long, they're not going to do that full rebuild. Well, if that's not going to happen, well, then get some young-ass, really good young players. Get some really good young players. And get those first-round draft picks. And here's a thought. Select them with those picks. Don't just trade the picks. We're not at that stage. We don't need a 1-2 year retool. That's not going to help us here. At least if you're going to do a retool, do a 3-year retool. Get some young players. Get a lot of the draft picks. Use those draft picks. Build up that depth. And then push forward. If that's the stage we're at, that's what they should do. Because playoffs, guys, it's a pipe dream right now, and I would love to say we're going to make the playoffs. Think I don't want to make the playoffs? It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. I love the Canucks. I bleed the Canucks, man. But we got to be a little bit realistic. It's painful to say. But I'm not going to be super overly negative to the point that it's fucking everything sucks. No, man, we've been putting in good efforts in the last month. We have. These aren't blowout games other than the Calgary game. These haven't been blowouts. The Detroit game was pretty close till the end. Well, they're playing hard. It's just they don't have the talent and they don't have the depth, and we made so many mistakes in the offseason. This is what happens. This is what happens. And for Footy to say, oh, it's because we're all injured. Well, with injured players coming back, really make that much of a difference? It would make a huge difference because we lost our second-line center in Hedel and we lost our third-line center in Bluger. Of course, it would make a big difference. But would it make a difference to the point of making the playoffs and not making up? Well, that's debatable. But these were the risks the ownership and the management decided to make in the offseason, and it has backfired on them, and this is what happens. Sometimes it works. They went all in. They tried to make this happen, but they tried to go all in, because they really wanted to get a second-line center. They couldn't get that, and this is what happens. This is the result of that. Have the injuries been bad luck? Sure. It's awful luck, and I feel terrible for guys like Philip Hedel, who's had so many concussions. I want him to do the best and come back and fucking rip it up, right? I would love that, right? I want him to be healthy and happy, but unfortunately, he's had a lot of concussions in the past, and it doesn't look to be the case. Hopefully, it looks, by the way, Rick Dollywall, I think, mentioned that he's going to be back here soon, so hopefully he figures it out. And I'm saying hopefully a lot because that's all we can really do is hope, right? But those are the gambles the management made, right? Bringing in Evander Kane to score a ton of goals this year was the gamble, right? Demko re-signing for longer term to be healthy. He was hurt for a while. It's another gamble. Could work still. He can play the rest of the season. Great. But it was a gamble, right? You're good, bro. Thanks, man. When we have more shots, we lose. When we have less shots, we lose. Well, let's take a quick look at that, actually. I'll put this up for you guys here on the right side there. Van, New Jersey trade entire team just to confuse everybody. Mitch, you're good. Thanks, man. Yeah, I had a little technical difficulties getting this started. By the way, the shots today were 32 for the Vancouver Canucks. Like I said, they played all right. Buffalo, 15 shots. I don't think they look good at all tonight. The goals they score were okay, but like I don't think they look great tonight at all. I'm not going to say they don't deserve to win. It's all about getting the win and getting the points, but I think Vancouver looked better than Buffalo tonight. I think that's a pretty fair, especially near the end of the game as well. They really came on, couldn't finish. Karma, Team Tank, Tank Commander Foot. The Jabroni sent. So when's that trade happening? Well, the next few days will be interesting. Before the Olympic roster freeze, it's going to be interesting. There's a Christmas freeze as well. I think we're looking at before deadline, before anything really happens, to be honest, unless the noise just gets absolutely astronomical. You know what I mean? A jet jump head first off my chair. Oh, be careful, buddy. Victoria, we dominated for again. We lost somehow. This has been, like I said, man, we're not playing that poorly. Like, we are playing well. Like, this is something I've been mentioning in stream after stream after stream. It's not like we're playing bad. It's just we don't have the talent. We did some gambles, and when you don't have the talent, you don't have the depth. This is what happened. When you're David Kampster, your first-line center, this is what happens. It's not a shot at him. He's a fourth-line center. Drew O'Connor's playing center. Like, this is just, it's reality. We need more goal scorers. We can make chances, but we can't finish anything. That's another problem. Brock Besser had a couple chances tonight to finish. It was nice to see Sherwood get one. Nice little deflection goal on the power play there, so really happy for Sherwood. I love the guy, man. He's just, even when he wasn't scoring, I think it was 11 games, like, he was still looking really good. Disgusting home record. Yeah, my bigger problem with the home record is, the ticket prices at the beginning of the year were astronomical. They have gone down. But it's the parking, the concession, the food, like, all that combined. Like, you're looking at like $200, $250, maybe even $300 to go to a Canucks game these days, and they're not even pulling any wins. The effort's there, but tough. By the way, I want everybody to say one positive thing about the Canucks, okay? It can't be all negative comments, all right? Give me something to work with here. Also, by the way, if you're new here, welcome. Nice to have you in here. My name is Jacob Doodle. We have an amazing community here. Trying to be as positive as possible. Obviously, it's been really tough recently. But if you guys want to be a part of the show, drop a comment. Drop a like on the YouTube video. It really does help out the channel. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to help out financially as well, buy me a coffee. You can super chat as well or become a member. We have a few members here. Thank you so much, guys. Those are completely optional as well. Oh, man, I pray for these people who are paying for season tickets. I pray for more of the Abbotsford Canucks season ticket holders than the Canucks ones, right? At least the Canucks ones can still watch Petey and Quinn most of the nights, right? Abby, poor guys, man. Like, with all the injuries, they lost so many players, plus the injuries they had, they're really struggling down there, man. We need to string together a few wins before Christmas, come into the new year on a good note. Yeah, man, I agree. I really hope so, man. Like, I know the tank is on, but fuck, man, it's so negative right now. I wouldn't mind at least a couple of positive. I know that's kind of counterproductive, but I think we're going to get a top or a bottom or a top 5 pick this year anyway, regardless. I don't think winning 1 or 2 games is really going to kill us right now. Personally, that's where I see it currently, right? I'd rather the jersey on the ice over the city on fire. This thing. Yeah, man. I don't want to talk about the riot. That was ridiculous. But I will say this. There was a jersey on the ice, guys, today. We have to mention it, all right? It happened. This is the first one of the season. Is it going to be the last one? Maybe. Who knows? But there was a jersey on the ice. People are getting frustrated. People are pissed off. And I wonder how many people are going to be talking about this after this game, because doesn't look like it's getting much better. The effort's there, but the results are not there right now, unfortunately. What do you guys think about that? Put the score. Oh, actually, I'll put the score there. Quickly here, before we get to the next comment here, Darlene with the goal. Sherwood gets the goal for the Canucks, made it 1-1. So Sherwood off the schneid there a little bit. Nice to see. Max Sasson, beautiful breakaway goal. Nice finish. DeBrusk with the assist. Pedersen, DPD with the other assist. By the way, Quinn Hughes and Connor Garland got the assists on the other goal. Tage Thompson and Zach Benson's first. I heard it's first goal in 33 games. That's fucking crazy to me. Can't believe it. Find it hard to believe. Really good young talent. There is no point in a panic trade. It takes time. Get the best deals possible for anything we have at the moment. I think we're going to be looking at some trades here pretty soon. I would be surprised if there is some sort of mix-up or shake-up or something. It doesn't have to be Quinn, but something has to give here. I think it's going to come. I think it's fair to say. Me when I put Hogg on the fourth line. You know what? I think Hogg just needs time, maybe. I think that's why. Slowly break him in. I don't see a problem with it. After like 5 or 10 games, you can throw him up on the top line. Petey has easily been our best player. Yeah, man. Petey's been great. Fortunately, he's hurt right now. In the last 10 games, for the 8 losses, the opposition team goalies have had effectively a minimum of .935 save percentage. Interesting. So they've been are you saying, Roy, that we've been goalied mostly? In order of the trade sequences, first Garland, then Sherwood. I got to talk about Garland a little bit here, guys. Connor Garland, man, the fucking effort this guy does every single game is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable, the effort the guy brings. On the goal, he lifted the guy's stick, won a battle, set up Sherwood, goal. There was a play. The guy had a wide open net in the third period, and he stopped it. He lifted the guy's stick again, saved the goal. Tonight, he helped create a goal and save a goal. Connor Garland is, for his size, for people that don't realize, this guy is like an unbelievably awesome hockey player. He works his ass off, and I would be worried about trading a guy like him. I think he's a good leader as well. We can't just trade absolutely everybody, and he's signed. I say we keep him around. I don't see any point to trade him right now. I'm perfectly happy with Connor Garland. I don't think we'll get the equal pieces back in this scenario. You need to have some vets, right? Almost all Canucks are cold and snake bitten. Ones are scoring are young guys and AHL players. Yeah, it's fair to say, man. Besser is a bit of a cold. He's pretty cold right now. I'm noticing. Just can't finish, which is tough. Jake DeBrusk had a lot of chances last game. Can't finish. It's tough. It's tough right now. By the way, we have 306 people in here. This is the most we've ever had, I believe, on a stream from Twitter and on YouTube. So, guys, thank you for hanging out. Nice to have you. Can we talk about that? Oh, sorry. Fucking ate my mic. Can we talk about that BS penalty on Willander after he was speared in the face? Yeah, it was a terrible call, right? I like there was a tweet there. I'm not sure who did it. He was talking about, like, this is what Willander's, like, villain arc about to start. Yeah, man. Willander is great, man. He's been playing really good hockey. Really good hockey. Trade for futures, be competitive in 2027. 3 years. I think if the Canucks are okay to be just bad for 3 years, I think we can get enough top picks and enough top players to recover this team the way it should be. But the ownership and management and everybody needs to realize that I think this might take 3 years minimum. That's not a crazy long rebuild, guys. Most rebuilds take 5+ years. I'm down for, like, if they don't want to do a full, like, complete shutdown rebuild, 3 years. That's what I'm looking for. To believe the ownership is equivalent. Sack of pennies. I don't know, man. Should be playing Lecker Mackey. What is Foot doing? Take out Kane and Baines. Well, you know, with Kane, probably want to trade him here soon. So maybe they're showcasing him more than anything. It's not working right now. Baines scored the other night. He's on and off recently. I think he took face-offs recently too. It's been pretty weird. Canucks are bleeding right now. Where do I think Coots fits in the line if he makes it next year? Probably third-line center. If he makes it, I believe we're going to get a top draft. We're going to probably get a top center. And if we don't get a center, because there's not a lot of crazy centers this year, we're going to get a winger like McKenna or one of the other guys. Like, there's so many insanely good wingers. But we're going to have to figure out our center position one way or another. And if we're trading Quinn Hughes, you have to demand a center back. If you're trading with Detroit, you need to get Danielson back. Like, that is absolute necessity. But there's a lot of teams. Washington now, right? Connor McMichael, good young player. Look out for that. Jabroni, goaltending from years prior made the difference, but this year it just hasn't happened. Well, center is such an important position that it helps out everything else, including the defense, and defense helps out the goaltending. So yeah, the goaltending hasn't been great this year, but it's been a collective effort, I would think. You know, Lankinen's probably struggled a bit. Demko's been okay. If He was good at the beginning, and then he's been all right, I guess. Maybe below expectations. And Total Pito's been great, right? I think it's just a combination more than anything. Our special teams, yeah, well, there you go. That's a big part of it too, right? Our special teams been brutal, and that's what happens when you lose Forbert and Bluger, especially Forbert, probably one of the best penalty-killing defensemen in the league, worth every ounce of that $2 million if he stayed healthy. He's not healthy. That was another gamble. Didn't pay it off. We don't do Canucks positivity here. Yes, we do. We will have some positive things, all right? We got to have some positive things, guys. It can't just be this. I don't know if I could go another, fucking 50 games of just torture of, like, the worst games, the losing, blah, blah. No, we need to have throw some good stuff in there too, man. It's not all bad. Like, they've played well. It's just they don't have the talent right now, more than anything. Canucks win every game until Christmas. There you go. Victoria, thank you. That's what we need. Well done. Only doom and gloom. The only good thing I can say is Kane's hairline is pretty solid. There you go, guys. Something. Besser and DeBrusque are so snake-bitten. Yeah, man. They are. It's simple as that. But they need to bear down as well, right? I think it's important. We play better on the road, so there's bound to be wins. Yeah, true, but, like, you got to start picking up some home wins too, man. People pay hard-earned money to watch this game. You know, I almost went to that Detroit game. Thank God I did it. I would have got blown out. That would have been rough. But, you know, that's the way it goes. Trade Baines and send him down. Keep Lecker and Mackey up. You know what? I'm curious what they're going to do moving forward here. It's going to be pretty fascinating to see with trades or roster spots. Who knows, man? Honestly, I think Hughes leaves. Garland will be 100% captain. I can see Besser being captain too. He's going to be here for a while. But I can see Garland. Yeah, or maybe they'll go without a captain for a while. Who knows? We have Nacy in here. If Demko wasn't rusty, he's saving those 2 goals. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't think he was terrible today either. I thought it was fine. That one first goal, didn't like it, to be honest. By the way, nice to have you here. I don't think I've seen you here before. Really pleasure to have you in here. Thank you so much for showing up. If we draft a center, I hope we are 4th or 5th pick. Otherwise, we're drafting the top 3 for a player that isn't as good as the top 3 options for this round. Well, there's always going to be 1 or 2 teams that's going to reach for a center. So I think top 6, top 7, I think we're fine. There's so much elite talent. Guys, this draft is stacked. Like, this is a stacked draft this year. If there's ever been a year where the Canucks needed to not perform well after a disaster start, this is the year, man. There is a ton of elite ability tonight or in this year. And it's not just, I know there's not a ton of centers, but God, man, some of these wingers are unbelievable. Really, really big year when it comes. By the way, let me go over quickly some of the stats here of the game. So shots 32-15. Face-offs 60%. So the Canucks did well in the face-offs today. Power play just a 1 for 3. Buffalo went 1 for 2. Not that chippy. There was a couple of little scrums here and there. 8 minutes to 10 minutes. The hits were 22-13. Sherwood probably got 12 of them, I would say, like usual. Block shots tonight. This is crazy. You want to know why the Buffalo Sabres won tonight? There's your answer right there. Block shots 27-7 tonight. Huge credit to the Buffalo Sabres taking the body tonight. 27-7 on the block shots. There you have it, man. That is a huge difference. But they also gave away 17 times, so that's Buffalo, and takeaways 8. So there's your stats of the game. All right, guys. This is the Q&A period of the comment section of the stream. Get your questions in on the game. If you want to talk about anything in the season, trades, Quinn, rants, tanking, positivity, whatever you want, this is your time to shine. Again, if you guys want to subscribe also and be a part of this amazing community, I'm doing post-game shows as much as possible. Please hit that sub. Hang out on YouTube with us. It's an amazing community here. I do videos all the time. It'll be great to have you. And get your comments in now. This is where you guys shine. Let's hear what you guys think about this team. And while you guys get those comments, I'm going to drink this real quick. I'm going to get some media comments here. So we have Grady Sass. He mentioned 1-3 homestand has the Canucks 3 points away from Calgary for 31st in the NHL. A .403 winning percentage on a season. They haven't finished a season in the 300s since 1998. That's when they traded Pavel Bure, by the way. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Yeah, Demko's not happy. They're frustrated. Of course, no one's happy. So, Quinn Hughes tells Farhan Lalji that the trade channel doesn't faze him as much as where the team is in the standings and the results. Hughes adds that the team feels the same way, but he admits he's human and does feel it. So, you know what, man? Like, Quinn is starting to feel it right now. Like, he's saying it. It's getting to him. It's maybe not getting him crazy, but come on, the guy's human, man. Like, it's getting to him. All this trade chatter, like, it's the way it works. Right? I feel bad for him, man. I feel bad for the whole team, but this is how it goes, man. This has been a tough season. I feel bad for the fans. It's been a tough year. It's tough. It's tough to talk about, like, I don't know, positivity right now, you know? It's been tough. Right? What do we got here? Any other things? Yeah, the media is pretty quiet right now, it looks like. Pretty quiet. All right, let's get to your comments, guys. Also, if you're on Twitter and you're listening to this, get your comments in on Twitter. I'm actually able to show the Twitter comments on screen as well. If you guys want to get your Twitter comments on screen, that would be great as well. All right, here we go. What do we got here? If we draft a center, I hope we are 4th or 5th pick. Otherwise, we're drafting the top 3 for a player that isn't as good. Top 3 options for this draft. This draft is stacked, man. Like, it's really stacked. Question is do we see management last this year? And do they get a chance to make this type of trade? I wouldn't want them to make that trade, then fire them, get them out before that. Yes, I understand, you know, that there's some noise that potentially they could maybe get rid of Alvin or Rutherford. He'll get fired. But I'll say this. There was an article from Gary Mason just recently, a couple days ago, and he mentioned that there was like a vote of confidence for Jim Rutherford. So I don't think Jim Rutherford is going anywhere. He's going to have to solve this. I think Jim Rutherford's also a pretty stubborn man. I think he wants to solve this before he leaves, or at least leave it in a better situation. I think he really wants to make that Quinn Hughes trade. If Quinn Hughes decides to not extend with us in the offseason, or maybe they go before that, who knows? Alvin, I'd be more concerned about over, because like everything here is about Rutherford running the show. Like, what's Alvin doing? This is like, everything is on Rutherford. I haven't heard Alvin like at all. Like, makes me wonder, man. Like, I don't know. Someone needs to find this effing snake that's biting our players. Yeah, well, they need to start finishing, man. It would be nice to see the positivity. A positive, honestly, is we are picking a year to be the worst team in the league. This is one of the year's stacked draft. There you go. So it's a positive that we're negative right now because it is a stacked draft and it is the McKenna year. And hey, there's that, right? There you go, guys. What team do you want to trade for the most for centers? Not even regarding Quinn, just any players we have. Yeah, man. I've done a few videos on it, but like Sillinger is an interesting option. There was a report today that for New Jersey Devils, they're trying to get Pavel, or they're trying to get what's his name? Nico Hischier. I don't think that's going to happen unless I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. New Jersey is trying to win the cup. They need both Jack and Hischier, right? So I don't see that happening. Connor McMichael's an interesting name from Washington. Zaka's having a good year in Boston. There goes that ship. That's not happening. And yeah, like if you want higher end players, you're gonna have to trade Quinn, right? Like if you're gonna get Danielson, that's a Quinn trade. So like those are some names that come up. It's more of the usual guys more than anything, but you know, the Canucks might go if there's someone we're not even talking about. It's very possible. You know, Maverick Bourque's another name from Dallas, right? St. Louis Blues. Like there's some like interesting teams out there and players out there. The Canucks now need to go 35, 15, and 1 to hit 96 points. Yeah. That's oh boy. Not good. Okay, honest opinion. If you were a manager right now, would you trade Quinn or keep him? I need to see the offers. I need to see the offers. That's tough, man. Like, If we're not getting the proper offers for Quinn, then no. But if you're getting a really good offer from Detroit or something that has, let's just say hypothetical, you're getting Danielson and Axel Sandin Pellikka or Danielson and the other defenseman that everybody loves, right? Then, and a couple of firsts or something, or a first at least, then yeah, I'll do it. But like, you got to at least try to keep Quinn as well. You have to think about that in the offseason. You can do a sign and trade. Less teams, though, for him to go to. Right now, he doesn't have that. You can go anywhere, basically, for 2 playoff runs. So, I would say I need to see the offers. I know that's a cop-out answer, but like, you need to see, right? When selling the farm, peak value at the deadline to minimize risk injury. That's another good point, too. Should wait until post-Olympics to dish, folks. Yeah, interesting take. Don't mind that at all. I heard Shanahan is available. Yeah, there was a couple of names out there. Talon, I think, but that got shut down. Shanahan was brought up. I'm not sure where that came up from. I would want them both gone. Yeah, I'm seeing the sentiment more and more nowadays. Jersey needs Jack to even win games, apparently, because without him, they kind of suck ass. Yeah, well, when you lose an elite center like Jack Hughes, you hope the team is good enough to hold the line until he gets back. That's why it's nice for them to have Nico Hischier, but it looks like they can't even hold the line right now, which is kind of tough. Right? They could use an impact player, but like, what if you're going with New Jersey Devils? Like, what are you trading them for? Mercer, Nemec, couple first rounders or something? It's all right. I feel you can get that package in the offseason with a sign and trade, maybe even more. So if you're going to get that offer now, you might as well wait. See what else you can get. Like, get a real bidding war going if you really want to trade Quinn. Trade Quinn to a bottom team for a first rounder and a center. I think you have to wait to a bottom team. No, I don't think that's good. I don't think a team would do that, though, personally. But you have to get a center in the trade, and it has to have a ability to be at bare minimum an elite second line center, or it has to be a pretty damn good potential young number 1 center in that trade for Quinn Hughes. It's a necessity, quality over quantity for me. Fair answer? Thanks, man. Do we owe it to Quinn to trade him to a contender? Do we owe it to Quinn? I don't know. That's a tough question, actually. What do you guys think? Let me see what you guys think on that one first. By the way, the Vancouver Canucks are Grady are on pace for 66 points this season. Oh boy. Tough. Quinn is the last player I would trade. Like, we're already last with him, though. They're tough. See him gone, though. No one can fill his shoes. If he's available, everyone else available should be as well. Fair comment. But this Quinn situation is only coming out like this because of the noise of the record, some of the commentary in the past from management. And it's Quinn Hughes. Of course, teams want Quinn Hughes. He is the second, in my opinion, the second best defender in hockey. Of course. And he's potentially available. When was the last time a second best defenseman in hockey becomes available in a trade on that cap hit? He's making like, what, $7 million, man. It's crazy. That's why, you know, I'm simply holding them a Gumboy and Nico and a D-man. But like, let's just say, okay, let's just say crazy thing happens. They get Hischier, right? Okay. So Hischier's contract's over, I believe, in the same time as Quinn, right? So we would have to sign him, but we can't do a sign and trade right now. So you're going to risk potentially losing him to have him for 2 years. I would prefer futures, probably. Unless it's done, I guess, next in the offseason. It has to be done in the offseason for a sign and trade. I need to look this up. Nico Hischier contract. All right, let me take a look at him real quick. So he right now, yeah, so he's year 6 to 7. So you would have to wait until the offseason for him to do a sign and trade, I believe. So you'd have to extend him if you're doing that. So it's just, is that spinning the wheels of being a mid-team? Like, are we a Nico Hischier away? We're not. It's not what I'm looking for. Rutherford started all this. Oh, only a contender would trade for Quinn. Yeah, there's a lot of contenders out there. This is a really open season. Really open season. I think Carolina would love to have a player like Quinn Hughes. Love. Rangers like to make noise. They're not really a contender, but Fox and Quinn on the same team would be pretty fun. Right? Or do they future route? Maybe teams out on push like Detroit. They want to do some big gamble. It's possible. Washington's a contender. They want to push. I'm hearing they're interested, right? Rick Dollywall mentioned it. Rutherford started all this. Yeah. It's fair to say. Rather, we keep our youngest players and whoever has a fresh contract. Yeah, fair. Nothing wrong with that. Hischier is not even that good. I love Hischier, man. I think he's awesome, man. I think he's not as good as Petey, but he's in that range. Maybe not as much upside, like ceiling, but he's such a good two-way player. I love Nico Hischier. I think he's a great player, man. The Duke of All Saiyans. I don't think I've seen you in here. What's going on, man? Nice to have you in here. I hope you're a sub so I can see you here again. Hey, guys, I'm a proud Colorado native and fan, but I have friends in Vancouver, so I watch the Canucks. What the fuck is going on? Welcome! Welcome to Canucks fandom. We try to be positive, but it's crashing down around us. We have jerseys being thrown on the ice. It's not looking good right now. We have David Kampf and Drew O'Connor as a winger playing as our second line center. It's tough. It's tough sledding right now, boys. It's tough. Nice to have you in here, man. I want to go to Colorado one day. I think it would be a great place to visit. Nice to have you in here, man. It would have to be a center who is projected to be a 1C and left a top 4 D-man to even start the conversation to trade him. Yeah, some people believe it's going to take a minimum 3 premium assets. Some people say 2. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I think, Quinn, you need to get quality over quantity. I would rather have an elite young player or a really good young player in the deal over a couple of first-round draft picks in the deal. Now, I know we'll probably get way more than that, but I'm just saying, just quality over quantity, I think that's really important. By the way, Canadian, nice to have you in here. Nice to have you in here. Ooh. All right, where were we? Where were we? Sorry, I lost my spot here. All right, Mega. Who in the world trades a pillar franchise defenseman in their goddamn pride? Well, if you're rebuilding, you keep him. It depends if he... Yeah, okay. You're right. We don't really know what's going on behind the scenes with Quinn. But one thing we do know is Quinn has not went out and said, you know what, I love Vancouver, I want to be in Vancouver, and be like, I'm not leaving or something like that. We haven't heard that. It's usually like, you know what, I want to focus on winning and stuff like that. I would love... You think I don't want to keep Quinn Hughes? If we sign Quinn Hughes to an extension, you rebuild around him, you fucking run it back in a couple of years, and we're good to go. But I don't know, man. There's so much noise. There's just too much noise, man. I'm happy you're hopeful, man. I'm happy you're hopeful, and I appreciate it. I was hopeful. I lost it. I really do think he's leaving. Sucks. It really does suck, but I do believe it. In the offseason, we'll find out if he gets there. That's why some people are saying you have to wait until the offseason to at the very least, have that conversation with the sign and trade, give him whatever the hell he wants to at least see. Some people really want to do that. And that's fair. That might be the best idea even, because you can still trade him after. Calvin, what's going on, man? Nice to have you. We do have the player with the most points from the 2017 draft, which is Petey. But an eagle would be awesome to see. Absolutely. Pipe dream. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, different question. Since there's no trade, doesn't kick in until next year, if you were management, do you start to really look for a Demko trade? I'm not thinking about that quite yet. That's a tough trade to make because of his injury history. I would wait this out. I can't answer this question yet. Maybe Carlson from Ottawa. Kind of like the situation. You know, all the guys I really wanted this offseason have been fucking great. Like, I wanted Shane Pinto. He's been great in Ottawa. I wanted Zaka. He's been great. Rossi's been hurt. And I wasn't the biggest Rossi guy, but he was having a good start. You know? Man. Thatcher Demko, I thought he would come back hot and ready to start. Well, he was hurt, right? For a bit there. Didn't help. Are we not allowed to wait until the summer to see if Quinn? Yeah, absolutely. That's a definite possibility. It's the tricky thing is what you need to balance is value. If you believe, I'm not saying you, like, if the person who wants to trade Quinn believes that the best possible trade you can get is before the deadline, you go out and you make the deal. If you believe that there is still a 1% chance that Quinn Hughes will stay in Vancouver, well, then you wait until the offseason and you still make a good trade if he says no. I think that's perfectly fair. Both, whatever way you're thinking, I think it works. Did I see Quinn Hughes' comments? No, I haven't. Only some small stuff. If you guys can find a Twitter, hit me up on Twitter with posting, that'd be great. If Quinn said he doesn't want to leave, he wants to stay, this shuts up. Yeah, I don't want to start blaming Quinn. Like, that's not where I'm getting at, and I won't do that. But some reassurance would be nice. I don't want Hughes to burn. Like, think about this. Like, every stream it's about Quinn Hughes, man. Like, every stream. Like, we're just getting started, guys. We're not even close to the deadline yet. We're just getting started, and it's already so much. Like, Matt, I'm just a guy who loves Vancouver Canucks, doing streams, talking hockey with you guys, building a community here, you know? Like, this isn't my full-time job. I don't even get paid that much. I think I got very thankful, extremely thankful for my members here and people that super chat and all that, because it really does help out me and my family, and I really appreciate it. You know, it's like, what, $20, $30 here, so it's really nice. I'm very appreciative, right? But I can't do, that's not enough to obviously have a full-time job doing this, right? I have a full-time job, and this is my part-time gig that we're doing on the side because I love talking Canucks. Truly, just love it. Like, I'm appreciative of all the people that leave comments and liking and everything, donating, everything, man. Like, it's amazing to have you guys in here. I really appreciate it. For God's sakes, McDavid stayed in Edmonton. Yeah, but they were close. They went to the back-to-back Cup finals. Like, that's not comparable. Whereas I see him signing a McDavid ball in the court type deal. Hope so. Wouldn't that be nice? Honest Souls, post a picture of him entering arena. No, I haven't seen that. No, it looks really sad. I don't like to like tell from like, oh, he looks sad or anything like that. I don't want to read into stuff like that. I don't really know what's going on there. But anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out. This has been a really decent, pretty long live stream, post-game show. I am not going to be live for the next game because I have a doctor's appointment and it just happens to be in the morning. And I'm like, oh, great, it's in the morning. And I looked at what time the Canucks are playing. They're playing at 9 o'clock or 9:30 in the morning. Like, what are the odds? So, kind of screwed myself there. I didn't know. I should have probably looked and scheduled it a little bit better. But there's some other great guys doing post-game shows. Go check them out, like Rev and Russ and Clay and all those guys. Also, you have the official one on 650. So, but guys, I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out. Always a pleasure. Love you guys. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. For all the new people that subscribe, thank you so much. And see you guys on my next video. I'm not sure when it's going to be. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'm not sure. Just look out. And I'll have an awesome day. Japan 4-3-8-1 at the end. Woohoo, good loss tonight. Thanks for hanging out. But we're leaving. Take care, man. Cheers. Bye, guys.